My name is Aisha. Welcome to One Elder Speaks. Defense Against the Dark Arts, lesson number 20. Ho'oponopono. The original lesson 20 is over on TikTok. I'm going to try to recreate it for YouTube because I deleted it somehow. Ho'oponopono is a interesting healing modality. Kept getting mentioned, and so I decided to go ahead and look into it. And one of the ones that was mentioned was a Dr. Lew Hen. That's L-E-W, first name, last name H-E-N. And I saw an interview with him on YouTube, and he was talking about the simple way of doing it would be, let's see, there's 4 things you say, but the important part is that you feel what you're saying. And he said you can do it in any order. And it's like this: I'm sorry. And you feel all the sorrow. Please forgive me. And you feel all that request for forgiveness. I love you. And you feel all this love. I thank you. And that's for the gratitude. This was me looking for healing modalities for my journey, for me, and I started working with it, and I have to tell you, I am super duper impressed. It worked so well. And I knew when I was in my feelings, really, really in my feelings, I would just start crying. And that was just telling me, you are exactly where you need to be. Those feelings have to be a part of it. Your intention, and you're accessing your heart. At some later point, I started doing that healing practice on other people, but not to great effect. And I'll tell you why I think that was. I didn't ask for their permission. I didn't say, is it all right if I, do this for you? So I think it didn't work so well because I was imposing what I wanted for them onto them, and it shouldn't work. That's not my place to be, trying to rule somebody else's life or something. That's not my place. But when I used this healing modality on those entities that had been impressed with dark and evil things, when they came to me and I used this on them, it was coming to a great effect. It was working beautifully. And there was a couple things that happened after that first encounter. I said, okay, if any of these entities come to me, I'm healing them. I'm transmuting them. This is what I'm doing. End of story. So if they're coming to me, they're coming for healing. They're coming to be reset to factory settings. They're coming to return back into Godlight. And so I would do this to those entities, and at first I was getting one, not every night, but a lot of nights during the week. And then I'd get 2, and then I was getting 3, and then they were coming in like handfuls. And I was doing them all at the same time, but I still am accessing that heartfelt, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything that you've had to witness, experience, be a part of, even do. Please forgive me. I am the micro in the macro. I know, the awfulness that we can access as well as the goodness. And I know who we are, and I'm so very sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. You're a part of God's creation too. You have a purpose. I thank you. I thank you for listening. Thank you for being there. And I got to tell you, they were coming to me in droves, and I think they were coming to me in droves because that's what they wanted. They wanted to no longer be the pawn of evil people, but rather to be reset back to zero and put back in where I believe they needed to be, which is to reflect our reality to us. I don't, you know, and I don't think they wanted to be in that energy anymore. And that's why they were coming to me and in droves. And I was healing them in droves. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of time. But man, it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. This is how I dealt with these entities. And I'm going to tell you, for a personal healing modality, 100% recommend. You need nothing but your heart. As a healing modality for other people, get their consent first and make sure that's what they want for themselves, for you to do this for them. Or for, you know, teach them how to do it for themselves. That's actually teach them how to fish. But for these entities, these programmable entities, I totally recommend it. And what do we have to lose? Really? That first one that came to me was very much a personality, very much an individual. And I think that he had been around that stuff for a very long time. I didn't really do Ho'oponopono to that one. I just talked to him. But I think he was already in a mindset of he wanted to go back home to God. He wanted to be relieved of the darkness. He was over it. And as we transmute the energy in ourselves, we affect our world. When I went back to that interview with Dr. Lou Hen, he was saying, I don't heal these people that are in this place with me. I heal myself. And somehow, and he didn't say this part, but somehow everybody there was brought up and helped and calmer and in a better place. We affect one another by our energy. That makes sense. Excuse me. I highly recommend it. And I guess I'm going to leave it right here. Love and life.